the food chain. You see, on top there's Don Lino.
Right.
There's me. And there's regular fish.
Oh, that's me.
No. There's plankton. There's single-cell amoebas.
Oh, then there's me.
I'm getting there. There's coral. There's rocks. There's whale poo. And then there's you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Life So Crazy. It's the Vongola Boss here. A bit late to this one, but when dealing with rumors, I prefer to let things develop to get a clearer picture. However, when it comes to the Gremlin baby and its history, it's safe to assume that where there's smoke, there is fire. And this time around, they've allegedly set their sights on a highly anticipated game. One that I honestly doubted would ever see the light of day after it got revealed back in 2020, simply because it seemed way too good to be true. That being none other than Black Myth Wukong. It seems an unexpected foe has appeared on this journey to the west, one that poses a threat more annoying than the Monkey King was to the heavens. Canadians. We got this post from a user on the Chinese equivalent of Twitter, Weibo, claiming how Game Science, the studio behind Black Myth Wukong, refused to be extorted $7 million by Sweet Baby Inc., and how games journalism has spoken negatively about it as a result. Now, it's all alleged and could very well be fluff, but it led to some interesting findings that can't be ignored. Also, if you were blessed with a little something called pattern recognition, you know this tactic isn't beyond the realm of possibility and is more like a reality when the CEO herself already told us how they get down if they don't get their way.
If you're a creative working in AAA, which I did for many, many years, put this stuff up to your higher-ups, and if they don't see the value in what you're asking for when you ask for consultants, when you ask for research, go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
I beg your pardon?
To set the table real quick, this post was in response to Hideo Kojima showing love to Wukong, and this account reproving him for it. This title has been on my mind since I saw the first trailer about 3 years ago. Black Myth Wukong. Its original look, design, coloring, effects, and presentation have an outstanding sense of style that sets it apart from other games. You just like me for real. Oh my gosh, seeing you promoting and praising a game studio with such a fervent history of like sexism and hatred is like really disappointing to me actually.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you
We don't care.
From Pirate Nation, Chinese media Black Myth Wukong refused to be extorted $7 million by Sweet Baby. English. The reason why the team behind Black Myth Wukong has been subjected to persistent sexist attacks and slander since their first promotional video is because they have consistently refused political correctness guidance and rejected the extortionate guidance fees of millions of dollars demanded by these political correctness teams. Actually, such teams are quite common in Europe and America. They interfere with works like Assassin's Creed, Dying Light 2 Stay Human, and God of War by pushing for politically correct female protagonists. These changes are the direct result of the interference and guidance of such teams. Game science teams refuse to communicate with these groups and reject their interference. More importantly, they refuse to pay the exorbitant $7 million in guidance fees. This is the direct reason why they are being attacked and slandered. Some justifications are based on the team's lack of diversity or representation, which doesn't align with the political correctness standards. A typical example is an article by a major IGN writer criticizing Hogwarts Legacy and refusing to evaluate or promote it due to its alleged lack of political correctness. And speaking of IGN, speaking negatively against this game, they did. In multiple articles they've released covering Black Myth Wukong, each one has a section dedicated to supposed sexist comments the director of game science has made in the past decade. It's crazy because you'll have an article titled, Black Myth Wukong has a release date. Yeah, but what about those sexist comments he made? Wukong ditches the Xbox Series X and S. But what about those comments though? I'ma keep it a buck with you, Chief. I ain't trying to hear none of that. With the way this game is looking, I say let him cook. All this talk about sexism, and watch it just be people mad that these Chinese tech companies hire women as cheerleaders to motivate the programmers. But on a serious note, the sexist comments at hand, yeah, according to this community note, it's really just a poor translation that makes it look wild and freaky. And it doesn't help their case seeing as they lock the comments on a tweet that's over 6 months old.
Really makes you think.
Now, maybe there is some untoward treatment towards women from this game studio. I mean, China was notorious for their one-child policy, but this is IGN we're talking about. And although it was their French branch, they had the audacity to claim that the developers of Stellar Blade had never seen a woman before. So I will take this with a grain of salt.
How Black Myth Wukong developers' history of sexism is complicating its journey to the West. What? But beneath the luster of this Souls-like studio is a studio plagued by claims of sexism. Several posts have surfaced on Chinese media site written by individuals from the studio that contain multiple references to genitalia and innuendo. This has provoked backlash about some people in the games community, many of whom are women. This is the most retarded article I've ever read in my life.
Context. IGN published an article trying to smear the company and the devs behind Black Myth Wukong as some sexist freaks because of some of their employees' social media posts. The article cites one of their artists who basically did the still wood meme about this monster. The problem is that this game journalist, either by sheer incompetence or malice, translated these posts in the most uncharitable way possible. And this is nothing compared to the most egregious mistranslation after one of the game company founders posted this in 2020, apologizing for the lackluster trailer of Black Myth Wukong just released. Now, how on earth do you get?
I want to expand my circle and hire more people. Get licked until I can't get an erection.
In reality, the actual translation completely changes the meaning of what he was saying. Not satisfied, I went back checking if anyone called this out when it happened, and they did.
Oh wait, it's all making sense. The gremlin goes around trying to extort millions to fix games lacking in diversity. And if the studio says, nah, I'ma do my own thing, well, the barrage of negative media attention begins. But something tells me this sort of stuff will work in their favor. No lie, I'm impressed, because if this rumor is true, this sensitivity gig they got going on is the ultimate finesse. Imagine getting paid millions in advance to poison a game with your consulting and walk away scot-free in the event the studio closes. $7 million? Life's so crazy. When I tell you the devil works hard, but Sweet Baby and BlackRock work harder. To sum up the rest of Game Science's director's statements, it is the most heinous, sacrilegious, wrong thing you can imagine, aka common sense on who to develop video games for, which makes it all the more funnier because he is just listing out the fact that men and women have biological differences, which in turn influences the type of games they find interesting. And here comes some consulting company from a country that has long since forgotten that, trying to push the contrary onto them. Last time I checked, and TikTok is proof of that, China is the one running the psyops in media, not the other way around. Hearing that a game studio told Sweet Baby to kick rocks just does something for me. I was already sold on this game day one, but here they are going even further beyond. Now, if y'all could please just release those standard physical editions with, you know, discs, all would be well. It is the year of the monkey, with Black Myth and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero releasing in the latter half of this year. I just hope it delivers. I wasn't sure what I was going to title this video, but I think I'll turn this into a series. X Game is bringing balance back to gaming. Some Star Wars type shit. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and drop a comment down below. I want to hear what y'all got to say about this foolishness. Check out the 2 videos showing up on the screen to see more Life So Crazy. It's been the Vongola Boss, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.